The transition from high school to college can be overwhelming. The University of Portland has put in place a variety of strategies to ease that process for incoming freshmen through the Shepherd Academic Resource Center. One program is the First-Year Freshman Workshop, which puts upper-class students in a teaching role. Senior track and field student-athlete Brent Knutzen is one of those students who has stepped up and serves as a workshop leader, sharing his experiences to help others be better prepared.
This is called a blob tree, and there's all these different little blobs of people doing various things, right? So you're going to pick one of these blob people, and then you're going to give us a short description of why that describes you right now. Does that make sense? I could give an example. I'm having an awesome week, so I'm dancing on a platform because I don't have any tests. Does that make sense? My freshman year as a student athlete, it's kind of hard to make friends outside of the team, and the freshman workshop served as a really good catalyst for me to do that. I really liked how I was able to make a lot of friends there, so I decided to become a workshop leader.
The first year workshop is critical for the development of our first year students. Without this program, I feel that students would really miss out on great opportunities of learning. Brent is a senior workshop leader, and he is phenomenal. He brings a lot of charisma to our workshop leader team of 41 students, and he really is a strong leader. He helps run our meetings that happen once a week, and he provides really excellent feedback.
Have them close their eyes and give a thumb scale, because then you can get like a vibe for the room, like, oh, they all failed, like, let's really hit this home. But it's like if they all like ace their first test and they're killing it, then like, you know, you can kind of like gauge what you're going to say based off of that. The first question is, how many of you have taken a test? Thumb up, down. Yeah, good.
It's a great resource for our first year students to make new friends, gain study groups, learn and promote skills that will help them academically, and really transition to the University of Portland.
One of our lessons where we were trading phone numbers and Instagram handles, so we're just doing whatever we can to break down the barriers to make friends. This is a really powerful experience where people can get to know a lot of other people.
We teach them study skills, we teach them about registration. We also go into transportation lessons where we kind of show them around the city and do a TriMet lesson.
Another thing that Brent has done for our workshop program this year is rework a lesson plan covering how to deal with stress in college and the struggles that students may face and how to actually cope through those. And so he took the lead on that lesson plan, and he really made a huge impact on how that lesson is run for our workshop leaders, and that's going to impact every freshman that's here on campus.
So if you think of all your tests, right, or your GPA as like a fraction, you know what I'm saying? I didn't do that well in Bio 207, right? So that's a -1. 127 out of 128, that's still an A, right? There's an adjustment period moving from your freshman year to your senior year. So like if you're not killing it right now, that's totally okay.
It's really just about going through the different stages that students go through as a freshman. It's like first it's all about making friends, and then it's kind of like, wow, I'm sick and homesick or tired or my grades are suffering, going into that, and then usually ending with the registration lesson towards the end where they learn to sign up for classes and move on into the next semester of their college career.
I like to be the special workshop leader that gives them the inside info, so I'll tell them, you know, my favorite professors and the ways I navigated class schedules with athletics and being able to balance things. The next thing we're going to do is go over DegreeWorks. This might seem stressful, right? So like it's going to show all the classes you're going to need to take to fulfill your degree while you're here. So like, holy cow, look at all this stuff we still have to get done, right? This is just the major in biology. It's like, oh, that's cool, we're in 2 of the like 20, right? So this is a good way to like outline your life, right, and like know what's coming. So like when you're making your schedule, which we'll get into later, you're going to use this as a tool a lot. When I break it down and give them my personal opinions and like my personal stories of like why I think this is relevant, and I kind of bring myself to the table, then they realize the importance of the workshop. Have you guys heard like dress well, test well too? Yeah. Some people do that. I don't know, I don't believe in that, but some people are like, they'll like show up in like a suit, and I'm like, all right, that's a little much. But yeah, I would dress comfortable. I give all the students my cell phone number, and I tell them, you know, if they need something, they can text me, right? So there's a lot of times where it's 11 o'clock at night on a Saturday, and they're like, how do I do this chemistry lab? And I text them, and, you know, I'm like, this is how you scan up your lab, or things like that.
These student leaders are the sole instructors in the classroom, so I think they really do play a big part in the teaching and learning aspect of the University of Portland's mission.
Teaching workshop has taught me to really embrace like the university's motto of like teaching and learning. So I'm not only learning in my classes, but I'm also teaching what I've learned to other people, be it through workshop, but I also meet with these students when it comes to other classes, so I'm able to teach my knowledge that I've learned in other biology classes and really cement my own knowledge by sharing with others. In order to be able to get an A on a test, you have to be able to not only know the information, but be able to like teach the information. So having a group of people, like even if no one in your group knows stuff and you know everything, it's not a waste of your time to teach other people the info, because then it'll just like validate what you know even more. Rob is super excited to have student athletes and runners specifically getting involved in other things on campus. He understands our other commitments and totally supports us both academically and with the other things we're involved in. If you're like only getting a 3.4 but my friend's getting a 3.9, it doesn't mean you're like, like way less of a person or something than them. It just means like you're in a different major, it's totally different, so like it doesn't compare. They're going to remember how they felt when they're in workshop, and I want them to feel included, like they're really making friends and getting to know each other. This is cohorted with their intro philosophy class, so they see these people multiple times a week, and it really just like, they're never going to have any fears of when they're around campus, because they're always going to be seeing people they know from workshop. If you have any questions, always feel free to text me. Other than that, you're free to go.
Thank you.
Thank you.